Hey everybody, in this video we'll be working on the level select screen, so stay tuned. Alright, welcome back everyone. Now before we get started on the actual level select screen, what I want to do really quick is, you'll see if we try and scale our game right now, it's a little wonky, like the title labels intersecting with the button list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into project settings, display, window, scroll down to stretch mode right here. We'll change it to canvas items. And now you'll see if we play. If I try and scale it, it's a lot more consistent. Things aren't like intersecting with each other and stuff. So that's just a little quick tip I recommend if you're making a 3D game. Anyways, what we're going to do now is create that level select screen. So in the main menu, we'll just create a new control node for like what we've been doing before. We can call it level select screen. And before we get started with this too, guys, I just want to say this might be a little hard to follow, but just do your best. I just want you guys to have this implemented in your game so you can sort of select your levels and stuff, because I think it's really cool. It might be a little hard to do, but trust me, it'll be awesome once you do it. So try and follow along as best as you can. So to begin with, we can start with a color rect. And we'll have it expand throughout the whole way. We'll make it like a dark gray. And I'll do like a little transparency. And so this will basically be like our background. And now we actually have to have like the level select panel inside of it, right? So what we can do for that is we'll do a margin container, have it stretch the whole way. And then the theme overrides. On the left and right, I'll do something like 128, 128. And then on the top and bottom, we'll do like 96, 96. So it's a bit of a rectangular shape. And now what we can do is we can put our level select panel inside it, and now you'll see it'll actually appear. And we kind of need to have a title for it, so we'll add a label. Make sure it says something like select level. And we'll call it like select level select label or something. And we can call this level select panel. And we want one more thing, and that is a back button. So we'll add a button. And we'll call it like level select back button. But you notice everything's all kind of stacked and intersecting with each other. So we need to separate that with H boxes and V boxes. So I want the back button and level select label to be next to each other. So I'm going to right click, select both of them with shift click, then right click and do reparent to new node. And that's going to, you'll see in a second. We'll do a HBox container as the parent node. And you'll see it kind of puts them in there with each other. We'll do the back button first, because whatever is listed is whatever goes in order on the HBox and VBox. And in the level select back button, we'll just add some text, make it say back. And in the custom minimum size, we can do something like 96 to kind of make it a bit wider. And for our level select label, we'll make sure it expands throughout the rest of the way. And we can add a new label settings and do a font size of like 48 or something. Make sure that it's centered horizontally and vertically. So we have that. But we want to make sure this goes above our level select panel and is not inside it, right? So we can right click on both of these now. After they're both selected, do reparent to new node. And we'll do a VBox container to stack them vertically. We'll do this one first. Make sure this expands the rest of the height that we have for our margin container margins. And now this is where our buttons are going to go inside for our level select. And we can just change the name of this to something like back button and label HBox container. And we'll just call this like level select VBox container or something more generic. It's kind of hard to come up with names for VBoxes and HBoxes because they kind of are what they are. You kind of, what you see is what you get. But anyways, now for our level select panel, we want to have like a list of buttons that we can kind of scroll up and down with if we have a lot of levels to select. So we'll first add another margin container to have, you know, some margins for our buttons. I just always think it's nice to have margins so things aren't like colliding with each other on the edges. And now what we can do is we can add something called a scroll container. And basically, whatever goes inside this scroll container, if it ever overflows, a little scroll bar will appear and you can scroll up and down. But it'll say, scroll container is intended to work with a single child control. Use a container as a child. And then it says VBox, HBox, etc. We want a VBox, right? Because it's going to go up and down. So we'll add that VBox, make sure it expands the whole way through. And now this is where we would add our buttons. So, you know, we'd say something like level 1. I want to make it a little taller, so we'll do something like 96. That's cool. And now you'll see if we duplicate this a bunch, the scroll bar appears. And if we go ahead and play, we can actually select with the scroll bar the level that we want. But now you might be asking, how do we, you know, hook up the actual level buttons themselves? And we can do that by creating a level button scene, or maybe we'll call it like level select button. And it'll just have a few variables inside it that decide what it is. So I can just delete all these other ones for now. And what we can do is we can do save branch as scene. We can go back to GUI. We'll do new folder, level select. And actually I'm gonna put that inside of main menu. So let's just delete it. Yeah, level select is fine to be put straight in main menu actually. That's cool. We'll save it here. We can open it now. This is okay, it's not a huge deal. But what we want to do is we want to add a script to it. This is okay. It extends button. We can add it to a class called like level select button. And we'll just add a few export variables like level name. We'll make it a type of string. And we'll add another export variable. This one's a little more important, and that's the level scene. And we'll make it a type of pack scene. So now you'll see in our main menu with our level select buttons, we can go ahead and give our levels, each of our levels, a name. We'll do like level 1 for the first one. The level scene can be our level 1 scene. And we'll call this level 1 button now, right? Because that's what it is. And now we can do level 2 button. Change it to level 2. Do the level 2 scene instead. And now, boom, it's in our list. But you'll see it's not updated, right? So we got to make sure that all that's cool. So in the main menu, or on the button, excuse me, on the level select button script, in ready, we'll just say text, because this is our text. We'll say is equal to level name. And then we'll do something like, and it might be easier to just do this in the scene itself. We'll click on this. We'll go to node, pressed, connect, on pressed. We'll do get tree dot, let's find out what it's called, change scene to packed. That's what we're looking for. And the pack scene that we want to change to is our level scene. So there we go. Now if we go ahead and try out our main menu with our level select buttons in it, we can go ahead and try it out, click on one, and boom, it'll send us to our level that we want. And to kind of organize things, and we need to do a couple more things actually, and that's hook our back button and level select button itself in the main menu. So let's just do that real quick. You guys should know how to do this, but I'm just going to do it one more time to show you. So for our level select back button, we'll click on that. We'll go to main menu, and similar to our, where is it, on credits back button, we'll just do, we got to make sure that we get a on ready to our new level select screen. We'll do level select screen dot hide. And then we got to make sure that we also show our main menu screen, just like we did right here. So we'll do base screen dot show. And then we just got to make sure that we hide this. Go to our base screen, go to our play button, change our on play button press to, rather than just changing to level 1, now we'll just do level select screen dot show. So let's go ahead and just give this main menu UI a test. Click on play, select a level, and boom, there we have it. And now I want to do one more thing, and let's make sure in our levels, right, when you complete a level on the you win screen, it says continue, right? But what are you going to continue towards? Well, let's change that right now. So on the continue button, what we will do is on the you win screen, we'll do export var level scene of type pack scene, right? Because this is what the level that we're gonna change to when we press continue. And instead of and right here on continue button press, we can just do that same function we just did. What was it? Load, sorry, I already forgot. Change scene to packed, level scene, and boom, it'll change to that level scene when we press the continue button. And what I like to do is I want to make sure that if we don't have any level loaded into our export variable, we'll just send a error and hide the continue button. And the error won't shut your game down, it'll just make a red thing in your debugger. But what we'll say is if level scene equals null, then what you can say is push error, and we'll say no level scene when you win screen to transition to, or something like that. And what we can even do as well is we'll just I'll make this unique and make it an on ready, and we'll even just like hide the continue button if we don't have any level to continue to. So now we can go back to level 1, go to our you win screen, pick the level we want to continue to, which is level 2. And then level 2, it's not going to have any, right? And that's why you might want to push this error or warning, because your last level you aren't going to continue. And yeah, that's how you do it. So for further levels, you would just go to your you win screen, make sure that there's a pack scene in there, and if there's not, the game will tell you that. And yeah, guys, we should be good to go from there. I want to do one more thing, and that's change our main scene from level template to our main menu now, which is main menu level, right? So now if we play, we can select our level and get started. And we have one more thing to do, and that is add a pause screen, and that's what we'll do in our final episode. So stay tuned, guys. Let's see what this says. Don't worry about this. This is what I said last time. I just never took the finish point and death areas out of my main menu level. But anyways, next and final episode we'll do the pause screen. So stay tuned.